So I, Bandai now, a humble college student who's currently protesting, have a game I'm hooked on. It's called College Idol Produce. It's a training game where the player becomes a university professor and guides students of various issues in the idol department to gain popularity. Oh, my stamina's full. Gotta use it up. After class, I checked my phone and saw my stamina was overflowing. I played through the ongoing event to use up my stamina. Sadly, this game isn't very popular. Honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if they shut down the service anytime soon. She's so cute! Sigh escapes me unintentionally. A year ago, I moved to Tokyo for college and started living alone. Back then, I was exhausted from getting used to city life and was really down mentally. What saved me then was my favorite idol, Setagaya Ran, from Kari Ai, as it's commonly known. Ran was in the same situation as me. She came to Tokyo dreaming of becoming an idol, but harsh days awaited her. It was the professors, the players, role to support Ran through all that.
You're my professor?
That first encounter was a vivid memory for me. Kari Ai, an idol game, was actively holding real-life events. At times like these, I was thankful I'd moved to Tokyo. Besides, the idols in Kari Ai and their voice actors are... Setagaya Ran was definitely standing right in front of me. I participated in as many events as I could. Even when hardly anyone showed up for the first single release event, or when they were clearly treated as an opening act at a joint idol festival. Still, seeing them work so hard always gave me energy. But perhaps the most memorable was the handshake event. At first, I was debating whether to go to the handshake event. I was content just supporting for them from afar, arms crossed like a boyfriend in the back. I was merely a professor, and I don't want to be a nuisance to the idols. After much deliberation, I decided to attend the handshake event. For the first time, I was able to talk to my favorite idol, Setagaya Ran. I don't remember what we talked about. It's even questionable if I could even have a conversation since I was acting so suspiciously. But I still clearly remember the words she said.
Thank you always for your support, Professor.
There had been several live events before the handshake event. I'd attended them all without fail, and it seemed Setagaya Ran had recognized me, even with the low recognition of few audience members. I think I was so flustered that all I could say was something lame like, uh-huh. But back then, when I was mentally broken, I couldn't hold back the tears that welled up after I got home for some reason. From then on, I decided to live a life that wouldn't bring shame to my favorite idol. A year had passed since then. Now I'm used to my surroundings and living a smooth daily life. Handshake events have been decreasing lately. I'm worried. The Kari Ai game is still ongoing, but the frequency of real-life events is decreasing. I can only wish for it to continue. This is a harsh reality. They have their own lives and futures. Maybe I should spend some money in the game. That was about all I could do. While gulping down stamina recovery drinks and playing through the event, the doorbell rang. I checked the clock, and it was past 8 p.m. Did I order something? I thought a package I ordered online had arrived, but I couldn't recall anything. Puzzled, I headed to the entrance and opened the door.
I'm Yotoya-ran, and I just moved in next door. I'm sorry if I was noisy and caused any inconvenience. Here, these are moving in soba noodles.
Edo.
Ido?
The reason for disturbing soba noodles when moving is said to be a double meaning from the Edo period. I've come to be near you and...
Oh, really? How embarrassing that I'm handing these out without even knowing the meaning.
A girl was standing in front of me, and I recognized her face. My brain was frozen, unable to comprehend the situation, so I blurted out some trivial knowledge without thinking.
You're really knowledgeable. You're kind of like a professor. Oh, I'm sorry.
Beautiful girl covered her mouth with her hand, as if startled. I recognized that flustered yet elegant gesture.
You just reminded me of someone I know.
Why is Setagaya Ran here? My words came out trembling. There's no way I'd mistake my favorite idol. Setagaya Ran is standing right in front of me.
How do you know that name? Wait. Are you perhaps Bandai-san, who always comes to the events?
Yeah, but why is Setagaya-san here? I said that much, and then regretted my words. I was too shocked. My thinking ability had declined. What do you mean, how? She said moving.
I can't believe my neighbor was Bandai-san. I'm sorry I didn't realize it sooner.
Yotsuya-san bowed her head. Oh, not at all. Right. I always at events. I realized why Yotsuya-san hadn't noticed.
Bandai-san, you don't usually wear glasses, do you?
That's right. I always wore glasses at events. The reason goes without saying. Because I can see Setagaya, Yotsuya's face better with glasses on. I always act like a boyfriend in the back. The stage inevitably feels far away. So glasses were essential for events. Still, I can't believe my neighbor was Setagaya. I mean Yotsuya-san.
For Bandai-san, my name must sound weird, right?
I vigorously shook my head. I'm just glad it wasn't like Ugusi-ni or something.
I'm not really sure what you're saying. But I'm also glad my neighbor is Bandai-san.
Yotsuya-san showed a relieved expression. Normally I should probably be happy about those words, but somehow I couldn't feel that way. Don't you normally dislike it?
Huh? No, not at all.
Yotsuya-san shook her head frantically, denying it. I realized my blunder. Of course you wouldn't honestly tell the other person something like that. No, I'm sorry for saying something weird.
Oh, I still have to unpack my luggage and stuff, so I'll be taking my leave now.
Yotsuya-san tried to leave, as if shaking off the awkward atmosphere.
I might be a little noisy.
No, you don't have to worry about that at all.
Thank you. Well then, I'll see you later today. I look forward to working with you from now on.
Yotsuya-san bowed her head and quickly left. I vaguely watched her back. It must have made her uncomfortable. Even though Yotsuya-san denied it deep down, she must be utterly disgusted to have her fan living next door. Honestly, it's creepy. She'd probably feel in real danger, and even if not, she'd feel like her private life was being watched. For example, I might post something extra on social media. Such anxieties are endless. From Yotsuya-san's perspective, she probably wants to move out right now. That's right, Yotsuya-san is Yotsuya-san, not Setagaya Ran. I have to draw a clear line there. I believe there should be a clear line drawn between an idol and a fan. Fantasy has value precisely because it's fantasy, and we can entrust our dreams to it. I should try not to get involved for as much as possible. Yotsuya-san must want that too. I won't do anything my favorite idol dislikes. That was the professor's duty.
What should I do? I can't believe my neighbor was Bandai-san. It's no exaggeration to say that whether a move is good or bad is determined by the neighbors. Even though people in the city don't care about others as much as in the countryside, trouble in human relationships can always occur. Bandai-san without glasses on was so cool. I never thought that someone who knew me, a fan no less, would live next door. But it's a good thing it was Bandai-san. I'd probably be terribly anxious if it were anyone else. Would Bandai-san be bothered if I asked him to show me around the town? To me, Bandai-san is a special person. For us, who had hoped to climb the ranks after passing the Karayai audition, the reality we faced was cruel. dancing in an empty venue where no one was watching, singing songs no one was listening to. It was a very lonely task, and enough to break anyone's spirit. Empty, sad, painful, yet still smiling. Because that's what an idol is. Bandai-san was the first person to find me then. Bandai-san taught me that there were people who would support me. Bandai-san is always modest. Even at handshake events, he always cuts it short, even though he probably wants to talk more. It was Bandai-san's kindness, being thorough about not bothering others. I always watched Bandai-san with my eyes. This content won't last long. People quickly leave once they realize it's not popular. New content is created and new idols are born even while we're diligently practicing. But Bandai-san was always enthusiastically supportive. At the handshake event, Bandai-san said that Setagaya-ran had encouraged him, but I, Katsuya-ren, was also encouraged by Bandai-san. Things might get fun from now on. My understanding supporter is right next door. I'd been agonizing about what to do next for a while, but an unexpected coincidence just came my way. Coincidence? No. Could this be destiny? I wanted to believe that this encounter was not just a coincidence. The ideal professor I imagine is precisely Bandai-san. I'm realizing my feelings for the first time. Before I knew it, I was attracted to Bandai-san. A forbidden romance between an idol and a professor? Such a flimsy, novel-like thought. It's my bad habit that my fantasies won't stop. I dive into bed with a restless feeling. Good night, Bandai-san. She whispered so quietly that no one could hear and closed her eyes. What's going on? 2 weeks had already passed since I moved in. After greeting Bandai-san on the first day, we ran into each other a few times. But after that, Bandai-san would just give a quick nod and immediately go back to his room. He would immediately avert his eyes, and there was absolutely no room for conversation. He was completely rejecting me. Could it be that Bandai-san is only interested in Setagaya-ran and not me at all? I was shocked by the conclusion I reached. Thinking about it, Bandai-san had only supported me as Setagaya-ran's professor, and Yotsuya-ren was just a stranger. I'm just a neighbor. Is this what the concrete jungle of the Tokyo desert is like? My hometown was a distant countryside, so there were no strangers around. Because of that, I was quite troubled by the lack of close relationships at first. That's also why I was relieved that my neighbor was Bandai-san, someone I knew. If Bandai-san keeps ignoring me like this, will my connection with Bandai-san be cut off once Kareai ends? No! Such sad feelings welled up. Since I decided to become Setagaya-ran, I've cut off my friendships with the opposite sex to avoid being suspiciously viewed and causing a scandal. That's why I have no one to rely on. Bandai-san? Is he... I hear the sound of the neighbor's door opening. If I keep these vague feelings, I won't be able to stand on stage. Bandai-san wouldn't want to Setagaya-ran who can't perform at her best. I need to get ready right away. I look at myself. I'm wearing loose sweats as room wear. I definitely can't meet Bandai-san in these sloppy clothes. Fortunately, I have that. Ripping my closet, I started to move.
The doorbell rang, and when I opened the door, for some reason, Setagaya Ran was standing there. Yotsuya-san, why are you wearing that costume? Yotsuya-san in her idol costume was completely Setagaya Ran. But I'm sure there was no event today. While I was wondering, Yotsuya-san suddenly came closer.
Why are you ignoring me? Oh, please don't hate me!
Yotsuya-san with swirling eyes lunged at me. You're kind of really scary.
I'm not scary. What about me is scary?
Calm down, Yotsuya-san. Bugs? Did a cockroach come out, maybe? Those black things are the enemy of humanity. Honestly, I'm not good with them either, but I can't leave Yotsuya-san in trouble. It's okay. I should have some insect repellent I bought. I'll get it right away.
That's horrible, Bandai-san. Even if you hate me, you don't have to be so mean.
Yotsuya-san with swirling eyes shed tears. Mean? By any chance was it a reptile that came out? I don't think snakes would appear in an apartment building, but it's possible a pet escaped. Frogs? Isn't it bad to abandon frogs? American bullfrog, a specific invasive species brought in for food, has completely reproduced. Carelessly abandoning living creatures carries risk. I don't really understand the situation, but it's definitely an emergency. I quickly rushed back with the insect repellent, and Yotsuya-san had turned pale. Anyway, I'll do something about it. So calm down, Yotsuya-san.
Bandai-san, have you come to hate me that much?
Yotsuya-san's gaze was fixed on the insect repellent. Yes? I wondered why our conversation wasn't fitting, so I decided to ask her to explain in detail. It was my first time inviting a woman into my room, so I was nervous. Me hating Yotsuya-san? No way! This is as unlikely as a player who went to the majors through posting, returning to Japan and transferring to another team. I flatly denied what Yotsuya-san said.
That means it's possible, right?
Huh? There's no way something that disadvantageous would happen.
Then why are you avoiding me, Bandai-san?
Once again, Yotsuya-san with swirling eyes was teary-eyed. Huh? Could it be my fault that Yotsuya-san is sad? I couldn't gloss over the situation. Yotsuya-san wouldn't be convinced either. I explained the situation to Yotsuya-san. When you're not on stage, Yotsuya-san, you're not Setagaya Ran, right? So I thought if I got too friendly, it might be a bother to you, Yotsuya-san. I think everyone would want their private life to be respected.
So, Bandai-san, you don't hate me?
Absolutely not. I swear it's as true as the media's claims during election coverage.
That means it's a lie, right?
Huh? There's no way something that inconvenient would happen.
I want to get closer to Bandai-san, not as Setagaya-ran, but as me.
Is that a bother?
Not at all. Because Bandai-san has always been watching me.
Yotsuya-san gently took my hand. I hesitated at Yotsuya-san's words. But usually I'm not a professor. I'm just a regular college student with no real personality.
It's the same for me.
Yotsuya-san smiled softly. It was a natural smile like I'd never seen before.
I'm not anyone special. I'm just a lonely woman like any other. So, Bandai-san, since we're both just ordinary people, would you be my friend on equal terms?
Yotsuya-san held out her hand. Taking the hand was completely different from shaking hands at the idol Setagaya Ran at a handshake event.
And eventually, we could be lovers.
Yotsuya-san muttered something in a low voice with a suspicious giggle. I looked at my hand. Taking Yotsuya-san's hand with me overcoming the wall between us. Not the 1.03 million yen wall. The barrier between an idol and a professor. Friend. That word sounded strangely ticklish. Would we really be on equal terms? With Yotsuya-san Ren, not the idol Satagaya Ron. Someone like me is okay. I took Yotsuya-san's hand. It was the first equal handshake we'd ever exchanged.
I look forward to working with you from now on. As a friend anniversary, can I call you Nao-san?
Sure. Then I'll call you Yotsuya-san too.
Why?
No, it's just that I'm not used to calling people by their first names. And it's a bit embarrassing.
Please call me Ren. Otherwise, I'll call you Professor-san.
Stop it, Satagaya! Either way, it's a bad one. We kept saying silly things and laughing together. It was a strangely comfortable time.
By the way, just to make sure, I want to ask you something.
Yotsuya-san, blushing, continued her words hesitantly, as if finding it difficult to say.
Just in case, it's said that not knowing these things can leave a lingering resentment or something.
Yotsuya-san made up her mind and spoke.
No-san, do you have a girlfriend?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Though I mean Nono-san from the game, Love Minus, is my girlfriend. 2 dimensions are the best after all. Huh? There's no way I have a real-life 3-dimensional girlfriend. I looked at Yotsuya-san, and she was trembling with anger. What's wrong? Did I upset Ren-san somehow?
I hate you, No-san.
Huh?
Thank you for watching. How was today's video? Please check out our other videos as well.